Now, Romeo Beckham, son of David and Victoria, of course, has been called the ultimate Nepo baby after being cast in his first ever movie role as the lead in a coming-of-age love story about two gay tennis players called 40 Love. Now, Romeo is apparently aware of being called a Nepo baby as he expands his CV, which includes being a footballer and, of course, a model. But he's trying a lot of things here. He's a young man. He's allowed to do that. Is it fair to class it as nepotism, Jane, that he's doing a successful thing?
Not in this case, I don't think so. I mean, listen, there's always going to be people that are going to say that. If you got a job as a plumber, they're going to go, oh, you only got that job because your dad's David Beckham. Listen, the poor lad, he can't help it. He's David Beckham's son, right? But he played tennis to a very high level, probably still does. I think almost to the point that he was thinking of going professional at one point. So the fact that he's been cast in a film where presumably it's about two tennis players, so presumably he's got to play tennis to quite a high level, he's earned that, right? Yeah, he's earned that right to be there because he can play tennis. He's a good-looking lad. Of course he's a model, probably would be regardless of who his parents are. So, listen, I don't know. The whole Nepo thing, I find, it's become like another thing to try and sort of cut people, you know, down a bit when they start to do well. I mean, what do people want? Would they just rather he sits at home and doesn't do anything?
Yeah, would that be cause for someone to moan then anyway? Yeah. You know, your life's too easy, you're not trying.
Well, the whole point of having children is to help them, you know, do their best in life, to support them. And I think it would almost be mean if you don't. I can understand that you'd be worried about, are you installing a work ethic in them? You know, are they hungry enough? Are they sort of a self-starter and are motivated to go out? You know, where someone who's self-made might have a bit more oomph in them to someone that's had it handed to them. But I think you can open doors and make introductions. But actually, like you said, with the tennis skills, you still need the talent to make a success of it. You're only going to get so far with an introduction.
Yeah, I agree. I just don't know why people just can't be pleased with people. And also, yes, we're in an industry now where maybe we know someone that we can go, listen, I think, you know, my kid might be good for this. Is it possible for him to get an audition or whatever? That's all we can do. Then whoever does it has to be good enough to get the job. They're not going to give them a job and ruin their whole film, for instance, just because it's David Beckham's son. If he's no good in it, he won't get the job. And I think it's really hard on the kids.
Presumably auditioned as well.
Yeah, and I think it's really hard on the kids. And like you said, it's not just... It's always celebrity ones that are pointed out because they're the ones that people talk about. But like you said, you know, if an electrician's son wants to be an electrician, he's gonna teach him. He's gonna go on the job with his dad, and his dad's gonna give him like it's no different.
Yeah, you sort of introduce them to the world that you know.
But then they have to.
Yeah. Don't you think there's another side to it though, where it's even harder if your parents are really successful to the point where they're actually have notoriety? Then is it even harder to match that and live in the shadows?
Yeah, my kids have found that, you know, and Jake did his one-man show and he called it Neporoids, actually.
Really?
After nepotism and hemorrhoids, of which he suffered from. But anyway, love that kid. Anyway, but yeah, it is. You know, whatever they do, well, it's because your mum's on telly, or it's because your dad's Alfie Moon or whatever. They always get that.
Well, Denise's son,
exactly.
Matty Healy, he did a great post because everyone was like, oh, you're only, you know, the lead singer of this global rock band, you know, because of your parents or whatever. And he was like, yeah, my dad was in Benidorm and my mum's on Loose Women. That really had a massive impact on my music career.
Because he stands performing in front of millions in Madison Square Garden.
Well, that's it,
Also, I think it's unfair when you're young, because if you're young and famous, you're under a microscope. You know, when I was young, I had loads of different jobs, and some I did well at and some I didn't, and sometimes I didn't have the staying power. And I think that's all part of being young and experimenting, but to do it on such a public stage and have all that criticism...
Well, it's also the opposite, because Kira, who I think is really talented, she's written some lovely songs, she's got a great voice, blah, blah, blah. She eventually went, Mum, I don't want to be in the business. And I had to take a step back and go, oh, what a weird child.
Yeah, because you naturally kind of
grown up in the business.
At least guide her.
Yeah, but also when you see talent, whether it's my daughter or you or whatever, of course you want to go, no, please don't waste that because it's really good.
Neither of my kids have gone into the
But I
same
think it's the pressure
business
for Kira. I think it's the pressure of being compared.
Yeah.
And I think that stops her. Like, I just don't want to go there.
No, you can... And again, that's...
And I totally get it.
And
part of me is glad that she's just going to have a normal life.
How would you have felt if your girls wanted to be a journalist, say, or would that have been
Well, it's a whole different thing now compared to when I went into it. So I don't know. I mean, if they wanted to be, I would sort of say, look, you know, it's a hard slog and there's no guarantee of success, blah, 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 and give them the kind of the realistic thing of it. But, I mean, I suppose with anybody, you would give them an in at the bottom, and then it's like...
Up to them.
It's up to you, right? It'll give you a week's work experience here, and you make of it what you will. And if you don't make anything of it, that's on you.
Exactly that. Are you going to be watching the movie? That's the big question. The Romeo movie?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was convincing. That was really convincing.
She'd forgotten all about it.
She loves tennis.
We'll have a girls' night out. We'll go together.